I know what you're thinking. This is a book channel. Why are you doing something about a TV show? Why not? It's fun. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mads and this is my amazing best friend / roommate Laurel. She was actually in a previous video of mine. It was the one where I recommended you books. Where we talked about the books that I recommended you. That one was very much so much fun to film.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're back at it today, except we're not doing a part 2 of that. We're actually doing something completely different. So Laurel and I have this thing where we choose shows for us to watch together, and we just trade off on our choices. And my latest choice was Teen Wolf. So today we will be ranking some Teen Wolf couples because we're so obsessed with them and we love talking about them. And honestly, why not? First, let's start off with I already know my number 10. So start off with number 10. Who should go first? Me?
Go first,
okay.
Yeah.
So the way we're doing it is might be a little bit weird. It's not like our top 10, but like 10 in like a ranking. So it's like the bottom ones are like the ones that we hate. Then we have like the middle ones we're kind of like, okay, yeah, like they weren't bad, I enjoyed them. And then the top ones that are like going feral, foaming at the mouth for. So my number 10 is the couple that I literally hate the most in the entire show, and that is Hayden and Liam. I hate them so much. What's yours?
Mine's also
Hayden and Liam. I knew it would be.
Yeah.
They're not a good couple.
They were not good.
They're so forced.
She was just so like mean.
She
too.
was she was not a good girlfriend to him at all. And then they had this like grudge against each other, but it was really her against him.
And it was for like the stupidest thing ever.
And like 6th grade when she walked into a fight that he was in and he punched her. Sorry, you were dumb.
Like, that was on you.
Yeah. So that relationship was so forced. It was very much trying to mimic Allison and Scott.
Yeah.
Like,
but in like a way worse way.
in such a way worse way. Because it was just so forced. It was so forced. They had no chemistry. And they were so obnoxious. Like, they were that couple making out all the time. And I hated it so much. And so, I couldn't.
It was also like so quick. Like, they hated each other and then they were like kissing.
No, it wasn't done well at all. And so I hate that couple. And I also hate it for other reasons too. But we're not going to get into that right now. So, yeah. That's obviously the worst one. I don't know. Oh, I think I know what my second one is. Okay, so number 9. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, I need to change my number 9.
Okay. Also,
I
my drink of the choice today is an Arizona watermelon tea. Because why not? It's actually getting really warm
It's
out.
like summery.
And I was at work today, and we sell these, so why not? What's your drink?
A hot coffee.
Your drink of choice.
Yep. Okay, I'll go first on number 9.
Okay.
Mine is Jackson and Lydia.
So fair. I didn't even put them on the ranking.
That's fair. It's like
I
they
forgot
were
about them.
They were like first season, and I feel like I was like really like, they were barely.
I honestly think they could also be my number 9 too.
Yeah.
The number 9 that I chose though was Derek and Jennifer.
That's so valid.
I did not like them at all. Cause like
that was gross.
It was so weird. And like, okay, I get it. You know, like at the beginning I was like, okay, Derek, maybe they felt like he needed a love interest and there was his teacher and he saves her, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's valid. I feel like they got way too emotionally attached to each other, especially Derek to her, for it to like make sense. Cause I'm just like, you guys have known each other for like what, 2 months?
Days. Yeah.
If that. So
and then just how she was like what he saw with the
yes,
what's it called?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that made me so mad because I'm like, out of like, really?
Like what?
No, I hate them. You want to talk about Jackson and Lydia?
Jackson and Lydia, I feel like I don't remember a ton. I just remember like how toxic they were.
They were so toxic.
And like they were just like so bad for each other and like not it at all. And I feel like he was really mean to her. Like he was like a
well, like she was like pretending to be dumb for him.
Yeah.
And she was like making herself so much like less for him. And then like all that stuff happened in season 2. I do like the last season though, because he's still like
me too.
Still like himself and mean, but like not in such a toxic way
either. Yeah.
And that's the guy that Lydia had deserved, but she didn't get.
Yeah, literally.
So
he was probably just fighting his internalized homophobia the whole time.
Yeah. I would honestly, Derek and Jennifer or Jackson and
So
Lydia.
fair.
I don't even know why I didn't put, like, it makes no sense why I didn't put them on my list, considering they're, like, a pretty big couple.
They, like,
but
set the foundation, look, at the start.
they really did. They were the first couple, so. But I kind of just completely forgot about them. That's just
It happens.
how much I really don't like
Yeah.
them. But, yeah, no, they were not good together
No.
at all. They made me so mad.
Yeah, they were gross. Okay, you go first on this one.
Number 8, I think I already know. Okay, yeah. So, my number 8 was Allison and Isaac.
So fair.
I did not like them. They were better than the other two, I guess, but like
they were
what?
They were my number 8 too.
Were they really?
Yeah. That's so funny.
I love that. I feel like honestly a lot of this is gonna be us on the same page for the most part. It was so out of nowhere. So out of nowhere.
He was like pining after her, like asking and asking and asking. She was like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so then it just felt kind of weird.
Well, also like he had like a special kind of relationship with Scott too. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what? That felt just so wrong.
Yeah.
How he was just like always chasing her. And I guess like I don't even remember if Scott gave him his permission. Like if he did, then yeah. And then there'd like be those moments where like she'd be like, I can't, and he'd be like, but you could. And she's like, I want to, but I can't. And those things annoy me so much.
Yeah.
So, and also like it came out of nowhere.
No, literally, like, it's like they just wanted to put them together.
They're like, Isaac doesn't have a love interest and Allison's single, so we need them together. And it's like, I don't think you do. I really don't think you do. Also, I'm still slightly convinced that Isaac was kind of in love with Scott.
I agree.
Like, did you see the way that boy looked at him? Or Derek. I feel like more Scott than Derek. But yeah.
He was a little fruity.
Did you see that scarf?
Yeah. He was always wearing a scarf. Like,
I do love Isaac though.
I don't.
I know you don't. You had mixed feelings about him since the beginning, but I really enjoyed Isaac. I think Isaac's just kind of like a cutie pie. But I can't see him literally with anybody, honestly.
No, same.
So definitely not with Allison.
No, I agree.
Yeah. You wanna say your number 5?
5.
6?
7?
I cannot count.
Mine is just Derek with anyone. I just don't like Derek with anyone. I feel like Derek is such a like lone wolf, single bachelor.
What about that one girl?
Brayden?
Paige.
I mean, he was 15, I guess.
Yeah,
like, I feel like that doesn't count. But like the Derek that we know, it's like him with anyone is just
it's
not
hard.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's hard. I feel like it has to be done really well, and I don't think it ever was.
Like, he had, like, quite a few, like, love interests, I feel like, or, like, little, like, flings, and I didn't like any of them.
No, yeah, because there's Brayden, which was, like, okay, like, I don't really have much of an opinion. I guess if he was going to be with anybody,
she would be the better one.
She would be the better option. Then there was Kate, which was, like, creepy.
Ew.
Creepy. She's also just a creep. And then there was like Jennifer.
Jennifer was just creepy.
And then people ship like him and Styles together. Which
that's gross. If
I
you
don't
ship
like.
Derek and Styles, you need to seek professional help. Just saying.
Okay.
What's yours?
Mine. I forgot.
Something.
It was something. You can't see.
Oh.
Number 7, right?
Yeah.
Mine was Kira and Scott.
Not ridiculous.
I just feel like they really just introduced her to be his love interest. And so, like, a lot of the relationship felt kind of forced.
Yeah.
And so I'm like I want to like them. Like, I like them both individually as characters, but I don't know how I felt with them together. I didn't like it. And then I thought it was, like, really random, too, because there'd be moments where they're just focused on the plot, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, yeah, we need to add something about Kira and Scott, too. And it would just be, like, so random, like, little bits of them. And then you're like, are they dating? Are they not dating? They don't think they ever really...
I was gonna say, I feel like they're kind of more, like, friends. Like, they would be better friends than they would be, like, a couple.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, there's, like, not a good couple, I thought. And out of all of Scott's love interests, she was definitely my least favorite. And I definitely think that she was just introduced to be his love interest, which is, like, so dumb because she's such a cool character.
Yeah.
And, like, her thing is, like, really cool. The Kitsune and stuff is literally, like, a whole season worth of content. And there's, like, she's just his love interest. And I'm like...
Well, and then, like, the whole thing with the fox with her never really got resolved. Which I didn't like. Because it was like, oh, Scott and Kira aren't going to be together anymore, so we're just going to be done with this. Like...
Yeah. I don't think that was very well done.
Yeah.
Number 6? Okay. I feel like this is very middle of the road, very, like, not bad, didn't love, and it might be because of very obvious reasons. But my number 6 was Malia and Styles.
Really? That's really surprising. Wow.
Cause like they were cute, they were cute. They were good for each other at the time. I don't think they ever would have lasted. And then there was that like such a long period of time where they're like, are you guys even together anymore? Like, did you guys break up? Because we didn't witness that. They didn't really talk about it. And then I forgot how quickly they kind of get together after she's introduced. And well, I think it was like really cute. Like Malia and his dad like had such a cute little relationship. And then like him and Malia, I think he was really good for her when it came to like becoming human again. Like I do think they had their purposes for each other. Like 100% had their purposes for each other. They're just not my favorite couple.
Interesting.
I also like them both with other people, so
fair.
that also.
Yeah.
I also feel like Malia and Styles also just like didn't really understand each other that well, and I think that made it hard.
I put Scott and Allison for this one.
I kind of figured you would.
Like, didn't hate them, but like definitely didn't like love them either. But like I thought they were cute. Like they had like a lot of cute moments.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was definitely the like first love thing, which was like really adorable.
Yeah.
And so I liked them for that. So yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely not top favorite, so. Yeah.
And then with Scott and Allison, it was very much just like first couple of seasons, like what was your number 5?
Okay.
I know my number 5. I need to double check.
Oh, mine is Chris and Melissa.
That was number 5?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised it was that low.
Really? Well, I feel like 5 is very like, I don't know, we only got them for
That's
a few
true.
episodes
Like,
and
yeah.
stuff, but their relationship didn't really like, there wasn't a super, I mean, there was kind of a lead up.
There was kind of a lead up.
I don't know, they're also like not the main characters, so I feel like I can't put them top, like super top.
So fair.
But I really did like I thought they were so cute and like
so
funny
cute.
and like adorable. So
yeah, I love them. My number 5 was Scott and Allison.
Okay.
So we were like very close. They're such a vital Teen Wolf couple that I like can't rank them lower than 5. And I do love just like that, like, oh, it's their like first love, and that there was definitely a lot of drama surrounding it, and it was very good for like the first couple of seasons and like all this stuff. I don't love Allison as a character as much.
I feel like also with them, they're like when Allison died, spoiler. When Allison died, I feel like Scott being like so upset about it was low-key really sweet. Like just the fact that he like still cared and stuff. Yeah. Like, you could tell how much that they meant to each other.
Well, and like she's
even
like,
though they weren't together anymore.
I'm dying in the arms of my only love.
Yeah, like that
like
was so
they
sweet.
were gonna like they may not have been endgame for whatever reason. They may not have been endgame no matter what. But I think that what they always will hold like a special place in each other's hearts, and like the way like, Scott just like will carry her in his heart is just so sweet. And I think that they definitely meant a lot to each other, even if it was like very like cheesy first love high school romance. They had their purpose for each other, and I was here for it.
Yeah, I thought they were cute.
Yeah, they're such a vital Teen Wolf couple.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting into ones that we really like.
Oh, wait, I messed up.
Okay.
When I rearranged, I accidentally.
Did you switch one?
No, I accidentally put one twice.
Oh.
So now I need to rethink.
Okay.
This was like a really random one because I'm having to put it in. Okay.
We had technical difficulties.
Sorry.
There was a switch up. It's fine.
I messed up my ranking.
It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so my number 4 was Chris and Melissa.
Okay.
Because, like, I just love them.
So
and I feel like, yeah, okay, they might have come out of nowhere, but, like, the way they just interacted, and, like, she looks at him and she's like, that was so hot. And he's like, I should have called. And she was like, you should have called. Like, I just love them. And also, like, the way that, like, Scott's mom and Allison's dad, like, what? Like, okay, should it, like, I feel like it shouldn't have worked as well as it did.
Like, it should have been weird.
It should have been weird. But I think they worked so well together, and I know that you really liked Melissa and Styles' dad.
I just was really thinking it was gonna happen, but I'm kind of glad it didn't. Because I liked Chris and Melissa better.
They were such a good couple. I feel like they were really good for each other, and I feel like Melissa was kind of what Chris needed, because I feel like Chris had just been surrounded by toxicity
and
literally all his life. He literally had nobody. So I feel like she was really good for him, and I also feel like she didn't need him as much as he needed her, maybe, but I still think that he was really good for her. And that he, like, provides her companionship and, like, also a way to protect herself. Like, I feel like they would end up having a cute little wedding.
I agree.
Like, a very little wedding.
And
like, maybe just a pack.
And, like, Scott would low-key be Chris's best man.
I was thinking Scott would be Melissa's, like, maid of honor. Because, like, their relationship is so cute.
That's true.
I feel like Malia They had such a weird relationship.
Valid.
But, like, he, like, kind of became her dad figure.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
I feel like...
That's so fair.
Yeah. So, that was my number 4. I love them endlessly. Like,
So
they're
good.
just such a good couple.
Mhm.
And I'm sad that we only got them for a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm glad we got them. So...
Okay, my little switch up so I put for number 4 Danny and Ethan. Because they were, like, kind of so slay.
They were slay.
Like, okay, I may not actually have put them at number 4. Like, they would probably actually be number, okay, can I switch it? So
Yeah.
probably, like, they would probably be, like, number 6 or 5. And then, like, Scott and Allison would be, like, 5 or 4. And then Chris and Melissa would be, like, 5 or 4. Something like that, you know?
yeah,
So those
okay.
three are all kind of in the middle to me. But, like, I don't know, Danny and Ethan just kind of slayed.
Danny and Ethan were, like, kind of cute. And I feel like it was so funny. So, like, Danny knew. Danny knew the whole time.
Mhm.
So I thought that was also kind of funny. I feel like I liked, weirdly enough, despite having barely seen them, Jackson and Ethan were kind
That's
of
so
iconic.
fair.
I kind of like them more than Dan. Oh, I love Danny. Like, Danny's just a sweetheart. But, like, that just, like, coming out of nowhere, and then you're just kind of like...
That's so valid. Yeah, not ridiculous.
So, yeah. I think I would have personally put them above them,
Fair.
but also at the same time I get it. Because, like, well, it's also, like, literally the first, like, I don't know, I feel like at the time having this, like, gay couple kind of,
Mhm.
like, featured in it is, like,
Well,
very
also,
cool.
yeah, we, like, got more of them than we did Ethan and Jackson. And
True,
so, like,
yeah.
I don't know, they were just, like, really cute, I
They
feel.
were, yeah.
And they kind of had this, like, on and off again thing, but, like, not in, like, a super horrible way.
Yeah, it was, like, kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how they were always in the background, like,
Mhm.
like, they would be, like, dealing with stuff, and then you're like, oh, yeah, like, Danny and Ethan. Like, yeah, they exist. They're a couple, kind of complicated, but
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I support it.
Okay, my turn again.
Yes.
Okay, number 3.
Number
This
3, we're
one's
top
gonna be
3.
controversial for you. I put Styles and Malia.
Okay, that's okay, because I know how much you like them.
I really did like them. I thought that they were so cute, and I thought that they were so good for each other, like,
Mhm.
both ways. I thought that, like, Styles was so good for her, like, he was her anchor, and, like, helped her so much, but, like, she was, like, I don't know, I thought she was, like, really helpful for him, too, because, like, sometimes I feel like he kind of felt left out, and, like, he didn't
Yeah.
always, like, Scott always had a girlfriend and stuff, and, like, Styles never did, and he was, like, always, like, crushing on somebody else who didn't like him back, and so, like, him finally, like, getting a girlfriend who, like, liked him, I thought was, like, really sweet. I feel like the way that they kind of met and, like in Icon was, like, kind of sweet.
I
like,
did like that.
because, like,
That
they
was
had
kind
that
of
in,
funny.
like, common, and, like, you know, got to, like, trauma bond kind of over it, but it was, like, I don't know, it was, like, in a kind of a cute way.
Yeah.
And, like, he, like, protected her when, like, the whatever, I don't know, I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
I
I find-
together.
Because I have a feeling I know what your other top 2 are, so I find that actually kind of really funny.
It is funny, yeah, because you do know.
Okay, my number 3 is actually also really funny, because my number 3 is Malia and Scott.
I figured.
I
That's so funny.
love them, and I felt like their build-up was so smooth. So smooth that I don't think it was intentional.
Valid.
I think they got to a point where they're like, why do they actually have chemistry? We need to actually push this. And so I honestly just loved the way that, like, so Malia had that, like, break off from Styles, and then Malia just didn't really have much of a connection with Scott, I feel like, before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, like, they're having to spend more time together because of all this stuff happening, and I feel like they ended up forming a really good team, and I just loved their interactions. Like, I feel like Scott is just really good for her, and, like, because I feel like Styles is, like, so, like, super smart,
Mm-hmm.
and Malia's Malia, and I feel like Scott would find it more endearing.
Mm-hmm. It's like that one part when Deucalion was, like, telling them all the, like, different, like, echolocation, thermolocation, whatever, and Malia was like, couldn't think of any of them, and Scott was like, good job. Like, that was the
Because she like
cutest
came up
thing
with like
ever.
one, and he
of
was
them.
like, you did a really good job, and
That
I was like,
so cute.
like, you are so cute. I just thought the way their relationship was built was so smooth, and I just, like, I loved it. So, like, it came out of nowhere, but at the same time it didn't. Because you could see a building. And my second time watching it, I'm like, oh, like, it really does, like, they do good. It's so good that I don't even think it was intentional.
Okay, you know what I have to say about that? I saw this, like, Teen Wolf interview, and it was Tyler Posey, and he was, like, talking about how he had a crush on Crystal Reed,
Mm-hmm.
and then how he had a crush on whoever
Shelley.
who played Malia. And so I wonder if, like, that's what it was. Like, if it was kind of showing, like, his crush on her was showing when they were filming, and then they were like, Wait, this is kind of good. Let's just roll with this.
Why do I actually like Tyler's just falling in love with all of his
He's
female
so
co-stars. That's actually, he's adorable. I love him. What is
My number 2?
Yeah.
My number 2
Wait,
is...
no. Sorry. You said you started with number 3, right?
Yeah, so you go.
So I go do my number 2.
Yes. Die.
My number 2. Do you want to know what my number 2 is? I think you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell them what my number 2 is?
I believe that it is Theo and Liam.
It is Theo and Liam. I literally love them so much. I cannot, like, she hates Theo with a passion. Like, from the beginning, she was like, I hate him. And it hurt me so much because I adore Theo.
And you're like, he redeems himself. He never redeems
He
himself.
does!
He
He
did
does!
not.
He does! He gets so much better. He gets so much better.
Yeah, he gets so much better, and his so much better is still awful.
No, he's making progress. He's just a little baby girl.
No, he's not. Don't touch me.
Okay, so Theo and Liam, I am losing my mind going feral for them, and I love them so much. Well, first of all, I just love a good, like, secondary gay ship that's barely canon. Like, those are always so entertaining, so fun. It is canon. Ignore her, because it is actually canon. So, fun fact, if you don't know this, they were supposed to get together. And I really wanted them to. In the elevator scene, they were supposed to kiss. However, because Cody Christensen was, like, in his mid-20s, and then Dylan Sprayberry was, like, 17 at the time, he was like, I don't want to make him uncomfortable. He's a minor. Like, I think it was Dylan's call, and Dylan was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. And so they ended up not doing it. But they were technically supposed to be together. I feel like Liam was honestly really good for Theo, and I feel like, yeah, okay, like, he pulled him out of the depths of hell or whatever, but also, like, so Theo started to accept that, you know, like, Liam has an IED, and he, like, genuinely starts to help him with that instead of just making fun of him for it, and he's like, because there's that one scene where Liam was like, I almost killed him, didn't I? And Theo was like, yeah, but you didn't. And I feel like those just, like, they're so good for each other, and they're such a chaotic duo. But by the end, you can see them working together so well, and I feel like it's just such a, like, slow transition to where they're like, oh my gosh, I hate Theo so much, but then you can kind of see Liam, like, being like, but why do I spend all my time with him? They literally spend all their time with each other. So I just loved them. I just thought their relationship dynamic was so much fun. I thought they were really good for each other. I love how Theo kind of started to become Liam's anchor, and then Liam has, like, became Theo's reason to stay, become better, and, like, have a home. So I thought they were really good for each other, and I thought their dynamic was just also, like, super fun. So sorry, I just, like, went on such a long rant about that too. Can you tell how much I love them? Gosh, I love that they're not even in your ranking either.
They're not. They're not a real couple.
They are. They're a real couple. They are a real couple because they belong in my heart, and I read, like, half the fan fictions that are out there.
There's, like,
them.
6 fan.
Wrong. There's a lot. I'm making my way through.
Get help.
Anyways, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Scott and Malia.
Which
Ignore the fact that my number 3 was Styles and Malia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we already talked about Scott and Malia. They're
Yeah.
just really adorable. I loved them so much. I wish we got more of them, honestly. Yeah, they were really cute. Adorable little babies.
They were so cute.
And, like, I feel like also Malia would always get so, like, I don't know. Like, she was always so quick to, like, just be like, let's just kill this person.
Yeah.
Or, let's just fight this person. And Scott would be like, no.
Actually, we can't do that. And she was always like, or there's that one scene where he's like, just leave me behind. And she's like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, why not? And she's like, I don't know, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, they just, like, did not understand their feelings for each other for a while.
She would be like, I'm confused. And then she'd be like, I'm also confused. They're so cute.
I love them, because,
They're just, like, both kind of, like, spacey. And,
They're,
like,
yeah.
can't, like, don't know what's going on. Yeah, they're adorable.
But they're just, like, both have, like, hearts of gold.
Yeah.
Do you want to say what your number 1 is?
My number 1 is obviously Styles and Lydia.
My number 1 is also Styles and Lydia. Literally, how can it not be? How can you watch this show and not get obsessed with them? Like, I think that's the main thing I don't understand about Derek and Styles.
Fair.
Because, like, I get, like, in a lot of, like, fandoms and stuff, like, people typically, like, make more gay ships than there actually are. It's like a common thing. Like Harry Potter, Teen Wolf, Percy Jackson, like literally. So like I get that because like it's just like a common thing. And then Derek and Styles do have like a really weird relationship that if it turned into a relationship, it would have been like entertaining. But Styles and Lydia from the beginning, literally, they spent, I think, okay, because there's like part A and part B, I think there's like 8 or 9 seasons total because of the part A's and part B's. They literally spent like that entire time becoming allies and then friends, and then like she's like helping him when he's having a panic attack.
Helping him.
And it's just such like, you get to see the build up and it's amazing. And I literally talked about them in my slow burn. Like I was talking about slow burn ships.
Slow burn.
They were one of the couples I talked about, even though I was like mainly focusing on books because I just can't not talk about them when you're talking slow burn because they have one of the most epic slow burns ever because you literally watch them fall in love with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it like goes like, because yeah, Styles had a crush on her from the beginning, but you can still see him like falling in love with her. And
not just like having a crush on her, but like seeing her more as like like not like obviously he saw her as a person, but like just seeing her more.
Just seeing her, yeah.
And like being like, oh yeah, I actually do love her.
Yeah. So I think they're one of the most like iconic ships ever. And if anybody ever says that they're not Endgame, I will throw hands. Like I believe they're Endgame because you can't go through that much together and not be Endgame. Like the way they look at each other, the way they like acted around each other, I feel like a lot of the time they were the partners in crime. Yeah. It hit a point where it was like Styles and Scott were barely like grouped together when they went to go do things. It was always Styles and Lydia, which is so funny because they're the only ones who aren't really like, they don't have claws or fangs or can heal, but they're the smartest. They work the best together. They can help each other through anything. So they're gonna go do these things together because if anybody could do it, it's them. Even though they're not like, it's like, yeah. So they're not like, well then she gets like powerful. And the way that he was always like, you're something, okay? Like she's like, I'm going crazy, and he's like, no, you're something. And I'm just like, yes. So I am gonna go watch Stydia edits now.
Same.
I've always been obsessed with them. Literally, how can you not be? I want what they have.
They're
truly.
adorable.
They are so perfect. And I remember that one scene where like Kira was like talking to Scott and she was like, he still likes her, doesn't he? And he was like, yeah, but I think it's a little bit different now. And I'm like, I think he was thinking like, oh, like they're friends more, like they're allies, like they work really well together. But like, it's also at the same time like, no, it's not like that. It's just so much deeper now. They've been through so much more together that like their relationship truly transformed. And I don't know if they'd like, if it wasn't for all this stuff, they probably wouldn't have gotten together. I feel like because so like fair. They wouldn't have really any reason to interact, but because of all this, it really brought them together, and so I'm gonna cry.
I love them.
I love them.
I'm so upset we didn't get more of them.
I know. Those are kind of like our ranking of not our top 10, but just like a ranking of 10 Teen Wolf couples. There's obviously a lot more, like
Corey and Mason.
Where
would you have put them?
Oh my gosh. Corey and Mason. I adore Corey and Mason, but like
I would probably put them at like 5.
Yeah, because I don't love them more than those ones.
Yeah.
I definitely like them more. They might be tied for 4th.
Okay.
With Melissa and Chris. Because I just really love them and they're just adorable. And they're both just like,
they're cute.
Like, you know, like little heart eyes.
Derek and Boyd and Erica in their polyamorous relationship.
I love that theory of yours because I never thought about it like that. And then we're watching it, she's like, they're in a throuple.
Yeah.
I definitely think that like Erica and Boyd would have ended up together.
Yeah.
I liked them together.
Not ridiculous. I don't even know who else.
Because there was like Derek and Brayden. Ew.
Aiden and Lydia.
Which I feel like was just like, okay, yeah, it served its purpose. Like it was there.
They weren't even really like a couple. I feel like they were just like hooking up.
Yeah, and then like I feel like the ending was like a little out of nowhere for them. So that one I just kind of have mixed feelings about too, because it's just like, or not even mixed feelings. I just really don't care about that couple. Like honestly,
Fair.
There was that one time when Sheriff Stilinski went on a date with Lydia's mom.
Yeah.
Which was also weird.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Because I feel like the producers did that and he was like, haha, funny, because it's like Styles' dad and Lydia's mom, and they're like,
oh, wait.
they're like, Scott's mom.
Yeah.
Allison's dad. That was really funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't think I can think of any more. There's obviously, like, a lot more, like, fanon couples.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people really ship, like, Scott and Isaac together, and then, like, Derek and Styles, which we already kind of talked about. Malia and Kira is a popular one. Malia and Lydia is slightly less popular. I'm trying to think of any others, but I, like... Oh, and then there's, like, people put together the puppy pack. They, like, because we didn't get much of them, people kind of started, like, coupling them off. And so, weirdly enough, what I found is that, like, people kind of, like, Nolan and Brett I've seen.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there's definitely a lot out there. But those are, like, kind of, like, I feel like we mainly talked about the main couples of Teen Wolf that people are more likely to talk about, or, like, the things that you see when you talk about Teen Wolf. So, yeah. That was really fun. Thank you for doing this with me.
Thanks for inviting me on your channel.
Yeah. Today, I had this amazing person as my guest, and there's a chance she actually might be on my next week's video as well. So, I love this. Like, thank you for giving me so much content by, like, reading and watching things that I love.
Of course.
So, yeah. I think everybody should go check out our first video together where we just talk about the books that I have recommended her over the past, like, year. And there will be a part 2 to that someday. We just have to, like, build it up, you know?
Get through some more.
Yeah. Like, make sure there's content there. Again, I know this is a book-focused channel, and this was not about books. This was about a TV show. But let me know if you guys honestly want any more of this in the future. I would love to do that if you guys are interested. I love watching TV and movies, and I would love to talk about them with you guys too. And we also watched a lot of shows together because we've watched Glee, American Horror Story, Teen Wolf, Shadow and Bone, and now we're on Euphoria. So if there's any other things that you want, like, us talking about, or, like, the shows we watched, like, rankings or just talking about those shows, then I'm sure we'll both be down. Especially Glee. I'm sure we could talk so much about Glee.
For, like, 5 hours.
Especially when it comes to, like, couples and characters. I feel like we
Yeah.
could definitely talk about that for a while.
I love that
So
show.
we could rank our American Horror Story seasons too.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm a
So
geek.
let me know if you guys really do want more content from us in the future, and I will be happy to provide because I love filming with this amazing person right next to me. She's literally my favorite person ever. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe below. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye!
Bye.